So my first team, I'm going to go with the Nets. And, at first, I'm not going to lie. At first, I was looking at Kyrie. Kyrie is like a gaping red neon sign that says, pick me, pick me. But I'm actually going to throw a little curveball in here. So my gift to the Brooklyn Nets is the gift of clarity. You said last week that they should blow it up. I agree with you. And here's why I agree. The Nets so far have been very similar or exactly the same statistically as they were last year.
Right.
And what happened last year? They got smoked by Boston. They are setting themselves up to get smoked in the playoffs again, whether it be the first round, the second round. Whenever they face Boston or potentially even Milwaukee, they're getting smoked out of there. So, honestly, I agree with you. I think they should look for an opportunity to trade Kyrie, trade KD, and rebuild the war chest. So I'm going to let you guys take it over.
I don't have anything to add. I completely agree, and that's been an opinion of mine basically for the entire season. Basically since the offseason. With the Kevin Durant trade request, it should have just happened. This team obviously had locker room issues. With that talent, they're not clicking together, and that is such a huge emphasis now. Moving lockers closer together, getting guys to work together on the floor. If you're not communicating, if you're not working together, it's very evident in how you play, especially when you are one of the greatest of all time, either at your position or just in the game of basketball. And they've got a few of those on that team, a couple of those. It's just not coming together, it's not meshing, and it's not showing in the win column. And
they're on a nice streak right now.
Oh, yeah, right now. But overall, over the last 2 years, and you could factor a lot of that into Kyrie. The team is going to be energized with Kyrie coming back, but when it comes down to it, this team, just at an eye test level, is not competing with the Bostons. It's not competing with the Bucks. It's not competing with the 76ers. It's got too many glaring issues. A lot of that stems from the team just not having a lot of evident chemistry, at least from the outsider's perspective. Obviously, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But if I'm a bench player or a role player and my star player publicly requests a trade, it's going to take a lot for me to be able to trust him again.
See, to me, I think it's just going to be so hard to trade Kevin Durant or Kyrie at this point.
Absolutely. I think Kyrie's easier than Kevin.
Well, even besides the off-court issues, just the fact that everybody's going to be trying to get picks to get Victor. So there's no reason to really trade unless you are a championship team, and if you are a championship team, you can't afford him without getting rid of your core.
So there are teams that could. There are teams that definitely could. It's just a matter of how do we make the salaries work? Because the Pelicans have the pieces they need to get him. They have the Lakers' first-round pick, which by itself is going to have a ton of value because the Lakers are a dumpster fire.
Also, I've been playing well recently. I think they've won 8 of their last 9.
They've been playing decent, but
they should have beat Boston.
Let's pump our brakes on the worst three-point shooting team in the league. Just, but there are teams out there that could afford Kevin Durant. It's just a matter of if they're willing to pull the trigger. And at this point, with the exception... Well, no, not even with the exception. Kevin Durant is a player that's going to come give you some good seasons, and then if things don't go his way, he's going to request a trade. That's what we've seen from him. I don't think that changes. Kyrie, I think a lot of teams are going to be hesitant to pull the trigger on for his off-the-court issues. But the talent is there, so there would be takers, and a lot more teams can afford Kyrie Irving.
Agreed.
It's just a matter of the teams that would want him already are running backcourts with smaller guards that aren't exactly defensive stoppers. Going off on a tangent here, but perfect world, in my opinion, for Kyrie Irving as a fit perspective would be the Milwaukee Bucks. Because then you run Drew at the off guard. That would be beautiful basketball.
That would be.
I hate to say it, but honestly, I think he's best to go back to Boston.
No.
No.
That would. We want to avoid the off the court issues. After Milwaukee, I think the Lakers are a good fit, but the Lakers just don't have the pieces to trade for him, and unless Kyrie were to come out and say, "I want to trade, and I'm only going to the Lakers," then you do a Westbrook and a pick, or Westbrook and 2 picks, or whatever it takes to get Kyrie to the Lakers. I just don't know if Kyrie by himself with LeBron and AD pushes them over the hump.
So what if you did something like, so AD's value is skyrocketed and it's where as high as it's going to be. So what if you traded like AD or LeBron, get picks, and then move those picks in Westbrook to get Kyrie and pair LeBron, Kyrie, and someone else, or AD, Kyrie, and someone else? Do you think that would be better than the core they have now?
I don't move on from AD. I think that you have to keep him. That's the thing is, yes, LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time. A lot of people would say he is the greatest player of all time. You are one of those.
I am.
But he's not that right now. He's not the best player in the league. He's not anywhere close to that right now. And it's really difficult to say, but I think you have to look at trading LeBron and then building around Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis is still in his prime. He's in his early prime. Also, you have a potential future there.
Also, to hop in here to correct Angelo real quick, the Lakers, besides Boston, have lost 4 of their last 6 games.
That is... Yeah, the Lakers just... In the modern NBA, you can't win when you're shooting 5% from 3. Which I know they're shooting better than 5%, but it feels like 5% if you're watching them.
They lost to Philadelphia, which is not bad. They lost to Toronto. They lost to Cleveland. And then they lost to the Pacers.
Well, I mean, anyone can lose to the Pacers.
And then they lost to Boston. But, yeah, only 3 of those I think they should lose to. Like, statistically and on paper, they should beat Cleveland. They should beat Toronto.
I don't think...
Cleveland? They should beat Cleveland? What? They should beat Cleveland.
So, as a Pacers fan, the only team they should beat on that list would be the Pacers, but the problem is the Pacers have been playing really good, and it's really sad because I want them to win, but I also wanted a high draft pick, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Do you guys have anything else to add on to the Nets?
No.